Alright, so we are going to do a video on the default location capabilities of Reel, setting a part's default location and then changing an existing location. The procedure is pretty much the same for both of them. So we are going to start in our inventory module in Reel. We are just looking at the blank screen. So we are going to load a product. So right here we have a garland. And you can see that the default location has been set for B16A, which is denoted by the green fill. There's also inventory in display and trade shows, which are not the default location, which is why they do not show green. If this product was not in its default location in any of these locations, then there would be no fill at all. Everything would be blank. So we are going to change the default location for this product. We need to select a line. It doesn't matter which line. It's pretty much just grabbing the part number from that line. We're going to go to Actions. We're going to go to Default Location, which takes us to the default location screen. You can see that it loads the part number and the current default location of B16A. It is asking us for a new default location, which we can provide by scanning a location tag. We can use the Find button to load all of the active locations from the database for the location group that is set in the settings, and then search and highlight and select the item or the location that we want to use, or we can manually type it in. So right now we are going to go the scan route, and we are just going to scan. So you can see I scanned the same location. Let's scan B16C here, and then we're going to hit the Save button. And you can see success. And so now you can see that the green has disappeared because there is no inventory that is in the default location now that the default location has been changed to B16C. If we were to move any of these any of this inventory to that location, it would change back to green. So what we are going to do is we are going to change it back. So we're going to select any of these lines just like we did before, Action, Default Location. This time though, we are going to use the Find button because say the barcode doesn't exist where we're doing, but we know what the location is, so we want to make sure we get the right one, but we're not quite sure. So we're going to go to B, we're going to start typing, and you can see that it filters as you type, and so you can see all of the B16s, the A, B, and C that we have to be able to select from. So we're going to pick B16A is what we're going to change it back to. We're going to hit select, which transfers it back to this screen, and then we're going to save it. And so that'll send it into Fishbowl, and then it refreshes the list, and so now you can see that that inventory is in its default location, and so it is showing green. One of the other things we can do, we're going to go ahead and change it again. We're going to select it, Action, Default Location. New default though, we're just going to type it. So we're just going to go B16B. This is case insensitive, doesn't have to be capitalized. So this is really handy when the barcode, you don't have one handy, but you know what the location is called. You don't want to click on the Find to load the whole list from the database. We have 850 locations, so the few amount of times we can click on that button, the better, the faster it's going to be, since I know this is what I want. So I'm going to save it, and it'll send it in, and it'll change it, and you can see now that it is no longer B16A, and the green disappears. So one last time, we are going to change it back. We're going to go ahead and just scan it because it's a lot quicker, and save. So you can see that that whole process, once you're doing it and scanning, takes a matter of 3 seconds to update that product. So we are also, that's setting it and changing it for any product. I'm going to go ahead and scan a different part here. This one has no default location set in Fishbowl, and so since none of these match, what it does is it tells us that yes, none of these match, but there also is not one set in Fishbowl, which shows red. So that's just a quick indicator that, okay, yes, I need to set a default location, or so you're okay with that. So if we were to change the default location for this product to display, the display location would change to green, and then the storefront and trade shows would just clear out and be regular background color. So that is setting a default location in a nutshell.